And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
At least it's not me in that car, you know?
I can't believe it.
2021年2月28日深夜、コロラド州の警察に1本の通報が入りました。息子の車が川に落ちた、そう知らせたのは一人の母親でした。警官たちは直ちに現場へと急行します。
How do we call a tow for that?
I don't know, because he'd have to get in the friggin' water.
Yeah.
I called Black's Towing. They want me to text them a photo of the car because they think they might be able to pull it out.
Okay. I can take one and text it to him for you if you'd like.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you. He's an inexperienced driver.
Okay.
He's right there.
Okay, we'll talk to him real quick. Sounds good. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure. I mean,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here?
Because
Because
fine.
he had
Okay, that's fine. I did not know that. No, that's, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car?
Nope.
Okay.
No, just,
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
no, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Just beside your pride a little bit.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license, by any chance?
I do. Thankfully.
What were you doing down here, bud?
Well, I felt like I needed to get out.
Okay.
And I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit.
relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp,
Okay.
and I thought it would be easy to get out. I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No,
at
I
this
was
point, or were
facing.
you
I was
facing
facing
this way?
up. And it slid into the river. I was able to get out.
聞き取りをした結果、警察は単なる運転ミスと判断しました。
Because I was like, it's not a crash. He parked it and basically couldn't get it up, down in the water. He's not hurt at all. So I'm like, how are you going to get this car out if possible? We're going to get some options for you here, man. I'm not sure exactly if we're going to see if we can go through the list if anybody's got some ideas on getting this car out of here. Okay. Not going to lie, this is my first time too.
Really?
牽引車が到着し、車が引き上げられる中、母親は一度息子のブライアンを家に送り届けた後、現場に戻ってきました。その時、警察はリアバンパーからある異常なものを発見します。
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
So the back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red on the back of that. Yeah. Dripping down it all a little bit. Right underneath the license plate. Which means, looks like blood.
Blood?
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his way out at all?
He might have, he just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. Is he make sure he's not got a cut or
He just said he's going to bed.
something out on him somewhere that he's not aware of? Maybe because his adrenaline was a little high. Maybe he just having to do like a self-check.
Hello?
Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Really?
Yeah, did you get hurt?
No.
Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
No, I'm fine. There's blood on it?
We're not sure.
We're not sure. It's a red, something red underneath the license plate.
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
But you're not injured.
No, I'm not injured.
Okay.
疑問は残るものの、とりあえずその晩、両親は家へと帰宅しました。ところが翌日、警察はウォーレンというホームレス男性の失踪通報を受け出動しました。
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
When was the last time you saw him?
Saturday, 5 o'clock. Meaning he planned on coming down on Sunday, and then he did not show up.
He literally shows up every morning, every day without fail, like at 6 o'clock, sometimes a little sooner. And we always let him in before the customers. We give him free coffee. He's the nicest old man ever.
Do you talk to him at all?
All the time.
So every morning it's around 6?
Yeah.
Without fail?
Without fail. And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
I hope you guys find him. I hope he's okay. If anything, I just hope we find him so that we can start the next process of whatever. Because I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling.
その数時間後、再び警察に一本の通報が入ります。発信者はブライアンの母親でした。
This is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
I just need to come. So I had to take a picture and send it to you.
What's the address?
What's going on, man?
How much? Cooperate. I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
How did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
Okay, where did you do that at?
Underneath the bridge.
Do you have anything on you? He's gonna cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
Go ahead. Let me do it. You go inside.
Well, let's stay out here with me for a minute.
Sit down. Come on, sit down, baby.
Can I go in there and verify here first?
Oh, yeah, please. We haven't seen it. Yeah, we
Okay.
haven't looked at it.
It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah, she said there's a bag in this closet, and she opened it up, and she called me and said, get over here right now. I covered it with a towel.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, we're meeting this way.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
At least it's not me in that car, you know?
I can't believe it. Oh,
Got it.
oh my God. It's kind of a time to not really know what to do, so.
I don't know what happened. At random, too. Why? I don't get it.
Don't have any answer. How old is Brian?
He's 19.
He's 19.
19歳のブライアンは殺人を告白したばかりだったが、驚くほど落ち着いており、礼儀正しかった。
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? You said your name's Brian?
Yeah. I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well? All right.
No, these past few days I've been very, very anxious.
All right, Brian. We're headed to the sheriff's office, and your family's gonna go with us, okay? Okay, Brian.
Thank you.
No problem, sir. So walk with me. We're gonna walk right this way, okay?
You're fine with me not being in cuffs.
I'm fine with you not being in cuffs.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Brian. Open this door for me, please. Just pull it. There you go.
Sorry.
Your face that glass right there for me. Okay. All right, slow down. You're a big guy. Slow down.
Sorry.
You're okay. Hard left. Right here. Right here.
Sorry.
You're all right. And we'll be with you in a moment, okay? Thanks, Brian.
Well, this is Lisa. She was out.
Hi. How are you?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Never really good.
Okay.
Got any seats? Sure.
Ooh, that's okay, right?
No, this is the special chair because it's softer and I'm old. And how did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay. Let's go back.
What do you want to know?
Just start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
Because, I mean, Murray going to jail for the 15 years, probably.
I have no idea.
It's murder. I mean, I'm going to jail for 20, probably. Yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured, I can see so well, why not drive out? And I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. You know, like how...
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
There's a road underneath, right? Right? Pass under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway tracks. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large, and I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. He was saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah! And I just kept on stabbing his neck. This is okay if I do a demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was strapped on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back.
ブライアンは自ら進んで犯行の詳細を語り始めたが、そこに後悔や罪悪感といった感情は一切見られなかった。
It was actually surprisingly easy, and during the time I was growling and making animalistic noises.
Why were you doing that?
I suppose it was a frenzy.
Okay.
I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline every day. It's just, woo-hoo! And I paused, and he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long time, murder someone." And then I continued, finished stabbing him. He took out his last breath, a grunt. I killed him. I just couldn't stop saying, "Stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky." It wasn't. I wasn't smelling anything, but...
And why would you say that?
I don't know.
Okay. So, were you worried about him seeing you?
I was worried about one of them stopping. But
what did you think could happen if somebody...
Well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing gloves, and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask.
Okay.
ブライアンは犯行後の遺体の処理についても淡々と語り始めました。その内容はあまりにも異常で、常人の理解を超えるものでした。彼の証言によれば、体の一部を分解しようとした際には、信じがたい行為の数々を冷静に言っていたといいます。
And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home, hid the hands and head in my room. I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, surprisingly heavy, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station. And I open the trunk, I take his body out, I put it in the water, because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That worked successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off. Okay. God knows where he is now.
それから間もなくして両親も到着し、取り調べが始まった。
Right here.
Just take your time. Take as much time as you need, okay? I was in his room, cleaning up, putting some things away, and he has a Rubbermaid container in his closet. And so I just kind of started digging through, going, what is this mess? Like moms do. Sure. And I saw a plastic bag, a white plastic trash bag. And I was like, what in the world does he have in here? And I picked it up, and it was heavy. And I was like, what in the world is this? What in the world? Is it like maggots covering something? Or I don't know. I better take it in the sink. So I carried it out to the sink, and it was double bagged. So I ripped open one bag, and I saw my old blood. I ripped open the second bag, and I saw his head. Okay. I saw his So I didn't open the second bag. Okay.
You said you took, was it the head in the hand?
Mm-hmm.
And when did you put that in?
Well, there's a 3 rule for bodies. I like to call it the 3 rule.
Okay, tell me about that.
3 hours, rigor mortis sets in. Body stiffens. 3 days, the body starts to stink because of decomposition. 3 weeks, the body is starting to seriously decompose.
Right.
3 months, the body is unrecognizable. 3 years, it turns into a skeleton.
And may I ask how you know that?
I've always had a fascination with forensics and with anatomy and physiology. That's something I made up.
You have the head and the hand.
Because it was starting to stink, I was planning on throwing the head and hands away.
警察は現場にて重要な証拠物を発見しました。
It's right here. Yeah. Because there's an arm. Hey. There's an arm, there's another arm.
Okay, hold on. Do some pictures.
This is like something out of TV.
Right, here's a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
Here, that would be the best thing.
Yeah, get forensics on. Holy hell.
取り調べが続く中、刑事はブライアンが殺人を犯した当時、どのような精神状態にあったのかを慎重に探り続けている。
What were you worried about, like leaving evidence behind or being caught?
Totally. Well, I was figuring the police don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes, etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life.
Okay. So how long have you been planning or looking for someone to do this with before you found this guy?
About a year.
About a year?
No, 6 months.
Okay. So before this guy, how close had you come in the past?
Not at all.
彼は犯行当時、映画ハロウィンの殺人鬼のマスクをつけていた。
You say you have a major depressive disorder? I'm just curious what those are.
Well, actually, I have several. I had high-functioning Asperger's, ADHD, and major depressive disorder.
Okay.
Which is high-functioning autism.
Yep.
And they also said I was schizo-something. You're schizo-something, whether it be schizophrenia, schizoaffective, schizotypal, or...
What do you think would happen if you got caught?
Well, I figured my mother would have confronted me about it, but no, she didn't even say it until the police arrived. Last year, my parents found a kit I had been assembling. It had hammers, shovels, knives, large zip ties, duct tape, saw. That was meant for hurting people. They found it though, and I had convinced them it was via other methods, for other things. If I didn't throw it away, all that, they would call the police.
So what made you put that kit together?
That was for nights like that.
Okay. So back then you were thinking about doing that?
Yes.
ブライアンは自分のノートにお気に入りの連続殺人鬼たちの記録を書き留めていました。彼の母親によると、ブライアンは ADHD、自閉スペクトラム症、そしてうつ病を抱えており、中学生の頃からすでに反社会的な行動が目立っていたといいます。
I'm really curious when you talked about the hammer and the shovels and the knives and like the zip ties. I mean, what was kind of your plan then? That's a little bit different than you did this time.
Oh yeah. The plan was to go find, because there's no prostitutes in Grand Junction, I don't think. Have you ever had any sex crimes?
Yeah. There's not prostitutes like 5 of them standing alongside the road, but there's prostitutes at Grand Junction.
Yeah, the plan was to go with one of them and have them come with me. And then the plan was to subdue them and tie them up and then torture her. That would have been sexual in nature. This was just to see what it felt like. But that would have been sexual.
So you thought about the sexual killing, but this one was just to see what killing felt.
Yeah.
So why change plans?
Too much risky. First time in a row, they'll be like, okay, that's really suspicious, but okay, we forgive you, don't do it again.
Okay.
Second time in a row, we're calling the police on you. I didn't want to do that again.
Okay, fair enough.
Risk.
So, given your, what you've been thinking about, and all the other things, do you believe you thought you wanted to be a serial killer?
For a while, I was willing to do anything, good or bad. That was years ago in school. I was willing to do anything whether it be good or bad, just to gain notoriety, fame, influence.
刑事は再びブライアンにホームレス師匠の詳細を問いただした。
Did he see you?
No, he was not woken up until I pulled the sheets back.
Did he... So, I know this is going to be really fast. You pulled the sheets back.
And
Before you stabbed him, did he see you?
No. And I pulled the sheets back, I get on him, like a knee, and then stab him, and he wakes up. He's, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah,
And I think you stabbed him anywhere besides... I know you said the neck a lot of times. How many times do you think? Did you count them?
No. I was going until he stopped.
Okay, how many? Just your best idea how many times?
30 or 40.
Okay. And said the neck. Besides cutting his arms.
Well, actually, it was a general assault. I was mainly targeting his neck because that's the most vulnerable area. I was stabbing his head, anywhere in that general area. I stabbed his head multiple times.
How about his chest, his stomach?
His chest, I stabbed once through the ribs.
Which hand were you using?
The right hand.
Why did you do that?
I was just doing everything I thought of at the moment. And then I cut off his head. I gave him a Glasgow smile.
What's that?
A Joker smile.
もし彼が捕まっていなければ、残虐な殺人は今もなお続いていたかもしれません。
I was planning to maybe keep a finger.
Why a finger?
That's small. Not that much space. It won't smell that much.
You know, Brian, I have to ask, a lot of people that we have talked with,
They're
you know,
silent.
well, or they're just not as well spoken as you are, to be honest with you. You're very articulate. You're very articulate.
I think I'm bad with words.
No, I actually think you're really articulate. And you talked about you were just kind of in a bad space that night.
It was, yes.
Okay. Why were you in a bad space?
I didn't take my medicine, and plus for years I was wondering what murder would feel like, because you read shit like Ted Bundy and the Zodiac, they all say murder's the best feeling in the world. So I'm like, I'm going to try that.
Okay.
So for some time I had been wondering when it would happen. I always knew I would be in this building, whether it was as a criminal or a police officer.
刑事の相槌に乗せられたブライアンは調子に乗って饒舌になっていた。
To see what it felt like. What did it feel like?
It was intense. It was a rush of adrenaline.
Okay.
My whole body was shaking. Not like out of fear. It was like...
So you ever had that feeling before?
Occasionally, my thoughts get the better of me. Sometimes I don't know how to describe it. It isn't a panic attack. It's anything like that. I was watching a video when all of a sudden I start going into existential thoughts. I know that it isn't, but I get the feeling that there are eyes on the walls watching me, eyes on the furniture. And I cover myself up. I'm like, oh God, eyes. And I'm worried if I stick anything out from the bed, blades will come up and chop it off. And I don't know. I know that's not going to happen, but I'm worried about that.
Okay.
So then my whole body was shaking up and down.
And then killing the guy was the same?
It wasn't fear. It was just pure excitement, I suppose. Okay. Not excitement as in joy, just excitement as in increased heartbeat, sweating, that type of thing.
Like an adrenaline deal?
Yeah. Although I wasn't breaking the sweat killing the guy. It was quite easy.
Did you enjoy it or not enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it? I don't know. Sort of neutral to the whole thing.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it.
ブライアンは自分の考えを正直に語りましたが、その中には裁判で不利となる発言も多く含まれていました。彼と両親は精神疾患による責任能力の欠如を主張し、心神喪失による無罪を求めました。
If I go back that night, probably wouldn't have done it. Knowing what's It felt like knowing how this will all turn out. I wouldn't have done it.
Well, what did you think it was going to feel like? What did you said you were curious. What did you think it was going to feel like?
I thought it would be the best feeling in the world.
Okay. And you said you didn't feel much of anything.
Excitement.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But other than that, no.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
ブライアン・コーヒーは第1級殺人、死体損壊、証拠隠滅の罪で起訴されました。弁護側は彼がうつ病性障害、自閉スペクトラム症、ADHD と診断されており、当時は環境からの極度のストレスも重なって正気を失っていたとして心神喪失による無罪を主張しました。しかし検察側はブライアンが殺人を数ヶ月前から綿密に計画していた点、そして取り調べ時に刑事と論理的かつ整然と会話をしていた点を挙げ、彼には自らの行動の結果を理解する能力があり、社会的責任を免れないとして責任能力の存在を強く主張しました。結局、陪審員は3つの容疑すべてにおいてブライアンを有罪と認定しました。彼には仮釈放の可能性のない終身刑が言い渡され、さらに証拠改ざんの罪に対して13年6ヶ月の刑期が加算されました。現在、ブライアン・コーヒーはコロラド州にある刑務所に収監されています。被害者のウォーレン・バーンズは、地元では読書家として知られ、温厚で物静かな人物だったと語られています。ブライアンが語ったように、社会の中でホームレスが見過ごされがちであるという現実は確かに存在します。しかし、ウォーレンは地域の人々から親しまれ、彼の失踪に対しては迅速な通報と協力が寄せられたことで、捜査は早い段階で動き出すことができました。通報者となった女性は、自身の店の前にウォーレンのための椅子と本を置き、彼を追悼する小さなスペースを作りました。そこには、彼を忘れまいとする地域の思いが静かに息づいています。